So that's a little bit of a science for you. Hi, I am Olympia LePoint, a real-life rocket scientist, author, and TED speaker, and today I'm here to play Mass Effect. I helped launch 28 NASA missions into space. I also have written the Answers Unleashed book series that helps people understand science, technology, engineering, and mathematics relative to decision making. I am here to analyze and give information about the real life science of Mass Effect and what is true versus what science fiction. All right, let's start playing. I have my special glasses that I'm wearing today. Hey! Well, first off, let's talk about the reason why it's called Mass Effect. Mass effect is related to Einstein's theory of relativity. Albert Einstein was able to determine that energy is equivalent to mass times the speed of light squared. The energy and the mass and the speed of light are all relative to one another, and that's what Mass Effect is talking about, because if you can understand the science of the relationship between energy, mass, and the speed of light, then you actually control the keys to the universe. Start new career? Uh-oh.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database.
Well, first off, this is definitely science fiction because there's no gravity on spaceships. When you're on spaceships, the only way for you to have gravity is if you have some sort of mechanism to create this gravitational effect. That center part right there that you see moving around, I'm assuming that part is like what's causing the gravitational force that allows them to walk in the space vehicle.
Stealth systems engaged. Everything looks solid. Good.
Stealth systems is a real life phenomenon, like in the stealth bomber, if you've ever seen that. The stealth bomber is a plane that allows you to fly somewhere so you're not seen. Stealth systems in this case is a way to reflect radio waves so you're not seen in the atmosphere. I think it's really cool, the diversity in this. They have aliens, they have people of different backgrounds, they have women, it's really cool.
Grab your gear and meet us in the cargo hold. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
This is really interesting because they have a new civilization supposed to be on another planet. Now that is highly unlikely. Let me tell you the reason why. In order for planets to actually have life, they have to have water, they have to have oxygen, which is like a composition of water, and they also have to have certain type of gravitational forces and temperatures that allow other beings like humans to actually live in a place. So wherever they're going, it's going to be really rare if this particular planet is going to have the same electrical, magnetic, as well as chemical structure in its planet, so people can actually live there and survive there like we do on Earth. Oh my. Oh! That's solar flares. Solar flares come from the sun and they can damage different type of metals and communication systems, by the way. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Well, first off, if there's fire in the cabin, there would be smoke taking up the space. It's not like they have a strong ventilation system. They more than likely would be suffocating from the fire. Oh, this is really interesting. Now, this actually is true. There's scenarios that can happen in space all the time for catastrophic failures. That's what they call them in space, is uncontained explosions that happen and that cannot be controlled. There were 3 individuals that died in the United States with an uncontained explosion before they launched into space. This type of fire and explosion can not only happen on Earth, it can actually happen in space as well. Oh, this is terrible. Look what's happened to Normandy. Let's break this down. There's things that are built to create gravitational pull. If they had that gravitational pull, they could actually stay grounded inside with this science fiction inside the cavity of the ship, but not outside. The reason why they can't do this outside is because there isn't the same pressurized, contained environment. What space does is that it takes molecules and expands them. That's why you see people float away. That's the reason why astronauts train in water. It's because the type of molecules that exist in space start to separate. And that's the reason why they wear spacesuits, to keep a pressurized system on them so the atoms inside the human body can all stay together in a pressurized way. So this particular scene, she would more than likely be floating away if she didn't have some sort of grounding mechanism that would keep her attached to the ship. Oh, poor ship.
The Normandy's lost. Going down with the ship won't change that.
I like how she's focusing on his life because human life is always far more important than any technology that is built. To save human lives is the priority with any technology that you create. Oh! Oh! She's electrocuting him. She has metal on her suit. He doesn't have metal on his suit. She's electrocuting him each time she touches him. Oh! This is excellent graphics. Oh no! Okay, now this is totally science fiction here. Okay, you see how the ship is blowing apart like that? You need oxidizer for something to burn. The spaceship would have a fire on it, but as soon as it would break open, because there's no air in space, you can't have a fire in space. You could just have eruptions where things break apart. Remember, there's no air in space. Now this is really science fiction. We do not have a way right now to bring someone back from the dead. Now, if you find a way to do that, I tell you, you'll win a Nobel Peace Prize because nobody has figured that out at all. Okay, we're about to start Mass Effect 3 where we go to Mars. Hey. First off, how she's walking, it's not realistic. There's a different gravitational force on Mars than there is on Earth. Mars doesn't have as strong a gravitational force, so she would not be as easily able to walk on Mars. Let's look at the atmosphere. The dust storms, that's realistic. There's dust storms that happen on Mars, and the dust on Mars is so dense that first you can't inhale or breathe on Mars because it's a different type of planet, but even if you could, the dust particles would be so much that it would saturate the lungs and the lungs would not be able to handle that. A lot of people don't know that Mars or other planets have different temperature systems. Like for example, Mars, so everyone thinks it's a hot planet, but it is extremely cold and there's different gravitational forces on Mars. Is this game real? On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say this game is a 5 or 6 in the basis of reality. There is 6 in the sense of there are applications in physics and science in a way that is really cool, and it allows us to be able to see what the future could possibly be. But it's a 5 because we haven't completely developed these particular approaches yet. I really enjoyed this particular game because it is real life science put towards beautiful graphics, put towards an ability for people to make decisions in a way which allows them to see that there are multiple futures that exist and you get a chance to pick the one that you like. I would definitely play this game again. Now, I'm a beginner at the game. I'll just tell you that right now more than anything. If you're watching this game, I highly encourage you to look up the science on your own.